Hello, the time has come to begin our webinar for this month. As I just mentioned a moment ago when I was saying hello to the early arrivals, that I do these webinars every month and I pop them up onto YouTube, on our YouTube station, and I'm also going to start putting them up on our website. So check it out. We're all over the map, of course. And also for all the retail staff and the reps, we have the Canna Joint Relief reps. We have a special this month that I'm going to open up to everyone next month, that if you attend the live version of these monthly webinars, we send you a free Canna Joint Relief bottle. So hang on, this month is only for the retail staff and the reps, but next month it'll be opened up to everyone to be able to get the free products. So meanwhile, let's head on into this webinar. First and foremost, thank you so much for being here. I know time is precious and it's hard to fit these trainings in, these webinars in, these live things in our busy days, so I appreciate it. I'm going to keep it short. It's not going to be the full 15 minutes. I'm not going to be doing the 15-minute, half-hour, hour-long trainings anymore. I'm going to be doing the short ones. Really, we're going to keep it focused. We're going to keep it light. We're going to keep it easy and breezy. So I'm not a practitioner. I'm not here to treat, cure, or mitigate disease. So just relaying information. If you're going to change your health protocol, please work with your qualified healthcare practitioner. Thank you. Okay, 2020. You know as well as I what a crazy year it has been. I don't know what's going on. We have the pandemic, we have the stay-at-home orders still happening in a lot of areas that are probably coming back again. We have the retail stores and restaurants just having a really hard time, of course, with all the closures. What a year. So yeah, and thankfully for our essential workers that are still showing up to work. I'm so grateful. So what a year, right? It's been really, really nuts. And I'm so happy we're sliding into the final months of it. Can you believe it? We're heading into the last 3 months and I'm all about it. I'm all for it. The net result of this kind of time, or any sort of time of acute or long-term stressors that appear in our lives, the net result is a challenge on our bodies. We're thrown into this fight or flight syndrome. There's a lot going on within our bodies when this happens. As you know, we could feel it. We feel it from our heart palpitations to our sleep that is off, which happened to me last night. Our sleep that is off. What happens is our brains start to trigger a whole cascade of events and things that happen in our bodies. When this goes on too long, you know, there's chemicals that are released, there's adrenaline, there's cortisol. When this goes on too long, as it has for many of us, hello, anyone besides me, you know, don't get me wrong, I have a beautiful life, I have food on my table, I have a roof over my head, I have love, I have family. Ultimately, what 2020 has done, it has reminded me, if I needed the reminder, that bring it home, bring it close to the heart, and all is well in that space. So, but ultimately, with all of this stress, let's get back to the other reality. With all this stress, there's going to be challenges to us physically. Our physical body is going to experience the net results, and that includes all the things you see here. Heart rate increase, shaking, dilated pupils. This is just the acute symptoms, but long-term can wreak havoc on our immune systems. So we're heading back into another flu season as if it had never left us this year, but we're heading back into winter. What do we do to support our immune health now that we're in the middle of 2020 and we've already been challenged? And perhaps our immune system has already been challenged. So what we can do fundamentally, this will never, ever change. There really is no magic bullet. I mean, you know that as well as I. There are things that I take and there are things that I do to help support my immune system, but it's those things that I do will matter most in the long term. And the top 3 things that will support our health overall, as well as our immune system: sleep, nutrition, and a balanced stress response. You know, when we're not sleeping, all of those fight or flight reactions also start to occur during the day. So it's this hamster wheel, as many of us know. When we're not eating properly, our bodies are not getting the macro and the micronutrients it needs to function. And when our stress response is constantly on that low hum of stress, acute fight or flight, or up and down, when our stress response is not balanced and healthy, that too, physiologically, challenges our bodies, including our immune system. So this will never, ever change. And to support this foundation, there are things that I do. And there, again, can be very simple things, including water. We've heard this before, drink your water. It's no joke. I know I'm laughing, but it's no joke, especially in this year when lung challenges are a factor. The lungs have these little hairs. They sweep debris out. Those little hairs are called cilia. Those little hairs need water. That's just one example of a simple solution, a simple support for health. Water, get abundant water. Lemon in hot water, lemon in warm water, lemon water, however you want to take it. Simple. That lemon has bioflavonoids, it has antioxidants, it has immune supporting nutrients, of course, including vitamin C. Simple things we can do. Now, also sun exposure. Yeah, a little corny that I put my own photo, me and my husband in this, but so be it. Glorious day, getting some sun at the beach. This was, I think, at the end of last year. Sun exposure allows our bodies to convert that into vitamin D, which is showing incredible support for many things, including lung health and immune health. I also take a vitamin D. Here we go into the final stretch. In fact, I told you these webinars are going to be shorter and shorter. So these are just the final moments of this webinar. And these are some of my favorite, consistently favorite dietary supplements that I like to take to help support a healthy immune system. Just me personally. Again, I'm not a practitioner. I'm not treating, curing, or mitigating disease here. These are up in my cupboard. And right now, taking them daily. And that includes the Source Naturals Vegan True vitamin D. And the reason why I like this vitamin D, and I've tried others and I like others, but this now is my favorite for some years now since it launched some years ago. I like this one because the vitamin D, it's 1,000 milligrams per suggested usage, and it comes from a mushroom. We know the mushrooms to be immune supporting, many of them. This comes from the Agaricus bisporus mushroom. This vitamin D is sourced from that mushroom, and you get about 1/4 of a mushroom in addition to the vitamin D. I love it. I love it. Of course, the price is right. I also take a vitamin C, and this has been my go-to. Yes, it has ascorbic acid in it. It does. But I do like to bolster my vitamin C in addition to what I get in my diet in the fruits and vegetables. And this has always been my go-to for many, many years now. I switch it up. Of course, I do like to switch things around. But I, again, like this Rainbow Light one because you get 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C, but you also get it buffered, so it's easier on the digestive tract. And it also has a full complex of botanicals and herbs. Well, botanicals and herbs are the same thing. Herbs and fruits and vegetables that are high in vitamin C. So you get that full spectrum of support. Old Indian, it's been quite a year. I think I've gone through a couple bottles of this, at least this year. Old Indian wild cherry bark syrup. It's an expectorant, and it helps break up particulate matter, helps get that up and out. That's what expectorants do. And it's also very soothing, very demulcent on the trachea, on the lungs. I just find it very supportive, not only for immune health, it's got some echinacea and immune supporting botanicals, but also particularly for lung health right now. I mean, I'm in California. Anybody on the West Coast has been challenged with excessive smoke. So it's just a little prophylactic to keep the lungs healthy and moving. That's how I personally am using it right now in this awesome year of 2020. Really amazing. I'm sure the lessons we've learned this year will last for a lifetime. And the mushroom products from Host Defense, you can't go wrong. I have a whole variety of them. When this year hit, I stocked up on these items that you're seeing here. I stocked up. I stocked up early in the year, I think in the end of March, February, and this is one of them that I got a year supply's worth. I take one, maybe a day. I don't even use the suggested dose. It's just a, part of my protocol. That mushroom product is typically always there. This one, do I use it every day right now? No. Do I use it maybe 2 or 3 times a week? Yes. So the Host Defense is spectacular products. A new one in my retinue, suggested by acupuncturists, especially here on the West Coast with all the smoke. Con herbs, if you don't know con herbs, you don't see them often in retail or at all, I don't believe. They might be in retail stores, practitioner line. I got this online, Con Herbs, and they are a fantastic company that puts together these classic Chinese formulations. And this one, Wise Judge, it is very soothing to the lungs. It brings moisture back to the lungs, which the lungs actually need, according to the tradition of this particular formulation, Wise Judge, Shashen Mai Dong Yin. Sorry, I'm sure I did not pronounce that correctly, but another beautiful one, especially for the lungs. And last but not least, one of the final slides is Spirulina. We all know here in this virtual room that we should eat our nutrition. I don't always do it. I know this. I know I should be getting so many servings of fruits and vegetables a day, but I don't always do that. Let's be honest. So I like to fill some of those nutrient gaps. Again, not every day do I take this, a couple times a week, but I like to fill those nutrient gaps with those micronutrients and some of the macronutrients that we can get from spirulina, easily digestible in this form. I use the tablets and the powder as well when I make a smoothie, which is not that often, but to fill those nutrient gaps I'm not getting in my diet, and also it's so nutrient dense, that chlorophyll, the iron, it's got some protein in there, it's loaded with antioxidants just for the whole body, including the immune system. So there it is. Again, fundamentally, this is going to be the 3 pillars that will see us through life, including 2020, God willing. And again, I appreciate your time, short and sweet. And you were here, I was here, and it's always great to spend a little time with you. Again, if you're a sales rep or in the retail stores, email me at this email, or any of the emails come to me in the company. It's true. They all get funneled down. So email me, let me know you were here. And also next month, that offer will be open to everyone who attends, not just the retail staff and the sales reps. And they'll be this short, if not shorter, every month, and again, up on the website and our YouTube station. Have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for your attendance this morning. And thank you for doing what you do every day, helping customers and your families and your communities live healthier lives.